Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. I'm finally back from New York, and boy, did I miss it. I had a ton of fun. Actually, I just realized I have nothing to wristwatch check. Cut. Rolex Seadweller. I feel a lot better. Yeah, New York was great. I was really happy to go back. I mean, it was freezing, don't get me wrong, but it was good to be back in the old hood. Unfortunately, the auction, nothing that special. I just picked up one piece, which I already sold. And actually, on that note, guys, if you don't know, check out Del Rey Watch Supply. That's delreywatch.com, my website where I sell some pre-owned watches. And I just got a bunch of new stock, an Omega Planet Ocean, a Zenith El Primero Chronomaster Moon Phase, the Heuer Altavia reissue, a pretty rare Longines Evidenza, amongst a lot of other really cool goodies. And actually, something pretty special is probably going to be posted tomorrow. That's delreywatch.com, a link in the description below. But anyway, I'm back in Miami. Also, if you guys are at Watches and Wonders tomorrow, that's a big event in Miami. Not tomorrow, it's on Friday. I'm going to be there with John. So if you're there and you see me, please come up and say hi. Let's talk watches. I'd love to meet as many of you guys as possible. I'm going to be attending Watches and Wonders on Friday in the Design District. I hope to meet a few of you there. But today I want to talk about a topic that I'm sure every watch YouTuber has covered, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a personal spin. And that is the 5 most underappreciated, undervalued dive watches, at least in my personal opinion. Now, dive watches are the most popular segment. It's kind of funny making this video while wearing a sub, which is probably the most sought after and appreciated dive watch in the mass luxury market. So this is quite the opposite. I'm going to show you 5 watches that I think are cool, that I think don't get enough love, and that I'd love to bring to your attention. Some of them might be more movement-based, some of them might be a more value proposition, some of them might just be weird, and that's about it, and I just like it. But I figured I'd show you 5 watches that I think are really underappreciated in the dive watch segment. We're also sticking to luxury dive watches, and of course, this list could have been much longer. So if I left out one that you think is underappreciated, don't get offended. I'm just keeping it to 5 to make this video a little bit more palatable. And these are in no particular order. First, I'm going to go with the IWC Aquatimer 2000. And not this generation, but last generation. Now, this is a 44mm dive watch, but it actually wears a lot smaller. And it's tough as nails. Yes, not the most horologically superior watch. It's only got an ETA 2892, which is not bad at all. Great movement, but, nothing fancy schmancy either. It's 2,000 meter water resistant. It's got the quick release bracelet, so you can switch this out from the bracelet to a rubber strap to a cloth strap just by using 2 little buttons. It's got a sapphire coated bezel, just like the Blancpain 50 Fathoms, which is, 5 times the price, and it's got lume on the bezel as well. You've got a tough as nails watch in a pretty good size, bracelet options, and some pretty cool dial features. You don't see too many white dial Aquatimers, and it is an option on the Aquatimer 2000. Now, throw in the fact that these can be had in the 2s, maybe very low 3s, and I think, it's just a great value proposition. It's a tough watch with great features at a fantastic price, and unfortunately, everybody seems to have forgotten they ever existed. Certainly not a popular watch, and it definitely deserves more love. Now, second is a watch that definitely doesn't get much love, and a brand that also doesn't get much love. And we're talking about the Girard Perregaux Seahawk. Well, this is a little bit of a Marmite watch. You either love it or hate it, but it is horologically fantastic. It's got an in-house Girard Perregaux caliber. They come with complications, power reserves. It even has a date, but it's in a really weird position. The one thing I dislike about this watch is the date in the upper portion of the dial. The crown is off center. The case is made exquisitely, but point is, this is a very high quality watch that you're either going to love the design or hate it. But the fact that this watch that retails in the $8,000-$9,000 range can be picked up in the $3,000 range, even less for a slightly more beat up example, I mean, that's just fantastic value. And if you're like me and you want a watch with a ton of personality, a watch that not everybody wears, and a brand with a great pedigree, you can't really beat the Girard Perregaux Seahawk. Now, a little bit of a disclosure, people are going to say, but Federico, you're biased. You're selling the Seahawk. That doesn't count. I already sold it, so I have nothing to gain by mentioning it on this list. But yes, I did sell one a little while back, and it's just a fantastic watch for the money. However, very, very polarizing and made by a brand that doesn't traditionally make dive watches. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Third, and this one is a little bit controversial, not because people won't like it, but because of what it is. People might say it doesn't belong on this list. And I'm going to say the Rolex dive watch, unpopular, the Rolex pre-ceramic Seadweller. That's the one with the aluminum bezel. But Federico, Rolexes sell a dime a dozen. Rolex dive watches are the most popular. You're right. The Submariners are popular. The ceramic Submariners are popular. The ceramic Seadwellers are popular. But if you compare their popularity to the popularity of the pre-ceramic Rolex Seadweller, and you know what? It really does belong on this list. It's basically a Submariner without a Cyclops and a bigger depth rating and a helium escape valve. It's still 40 millimeters, but it's a little bit thicker. But basically, it's a sub without a Cyclops. And the Cyclops is one of the things that most people dislike about the sub. That and the fact that the retail price is higher than a Submariner, but it can be purchased for cheaper than a pre-ceramic sub, it makes this a killer deal. I mean, a Seadweller can be had in the low fives, low to mid fives, in a great condition one in about 6. But that is equal to or less than its pre-ceramic Submariner equivalent, which retailed for more. I honestly think these are going to be highly collectible in the future. Just like every other non-popular Rolex model, the original Milgauss, the original Explorer 2, the Paul Newman Daytona, all watches nobody really loved, but look at what happened now, skyrocketing. I think these are great value right now, especially if you like the look of a sub, and especially if you prefer the pre-ceramic look like I do. Dude, I kind of just sold myself on that watch. Well, pre-ceramic Seadweller, check it out, guys. Definitely a great value in the Rolex realm. Now comes another watch that I love, and I'm actually a little upset about, because literally 10 minutes before shooting this, I was negotiating to buy one from a dealer, and it didn't work out, and I really, really wanted it. And that is the Chopard Luke Pro 1. Is that what it's called? Chopard Pro? Yep, Chopard LUC Pro 1. This is Chopard's dive watch, but it's part of the LUC range. That's Chopard's horology gamut. They make all in-house movements. A lot of them are micro rotors. A lot of them are Geneva seal. And this is a dive watch with a micro rotor in-house movement with a beautiful wave dial that actually comes in a few variations that looks tough. I love the bead blasted case finish. And you know what? It can be had in the 3s. I mean, this makes my head hurt. For the price of a brand new Breitling Super Ocean, or for the price of a quarter of a Rolex Submariner, you get a micro rotor pre-owned LUC in-house Chopard. Now, yeah, Chopard, a brand also not known for dive watches, a brand that many people consider feminine, but I think Chopard are one of the hidden gems in the watch world. And if you don't like their dive watches, check out their dress watches, especially the LUC line. great bang per buck. I'm so pissed off I didn't pick up that Pro 1, but I will get one eventually, and I just think they're great bang per buck, and it's real high horology, in my opinion. And next is a watch I've actually mentioned quite a few times before. I was going to say Chopard again. Nope. The Glashütte Original Sport Evolution. This is a watch that makes this list for one reason and one reason only. It is a fantastic watch. It's durable, very well made, and with a great movement. However, I also find it to be one of the ugliest dive watches ever made. But with a watch with features like this, it had to be put on this list. It's an in-house Glashütte caliber. It's got the Glashütte single window double disc big date. Very impressive. And it was the dive watch that invented the glide lock clasp. Rolex's clasp that kind of slides to make it bigger or smaller in the pre-ceramic Submariners. Not in the pre-ceramic, in the ceramic Submariners. Yeah, you guys can thank Glashütte Original for inventing that. All of that, and actually, the movement on this watch is held in place by 4 spring-loaded bumpers. So when a watch takes a shock, the movement actually shifts a little bit to absorb the shock. This was extremely well thought out, extremely well and over-engineered. Too bad the product designer was like half blind, because this thing, at least in my humble opinion, is fugly. And I definitely kind of want to own one just because it's so well made. Guys, those are my 5 picks for underappreciated dive watches. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think are some underappreciated dive watches? Please let me know. And as I said in the beginning, check out Del Rey Watch Supply if you want to buy a pre-owned watch, or if you need some watch service, or maybe if you just want to sell a watch you have laying around. And of course, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more content. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.